What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I've got the most ridiculously overpowered specialization to show you today, and that is the Rogue Tempest. I thought leading up to this point we'd pretty much seen all of the most OP builds, but nope, the Rogue Tempest just had to one-up the rest of them in just terms of pure damage capability. I had a lot of fun putting this build together. Let's take a look at the skills that I've chosen for it. From the Archery line, this has really turned out to be ultra minimal here, and you'll see why as I go through the other trees. Let's take a look at this. The first passive I pick up is First Blood. You do more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured, so a bonus of 15% extra damage to enemies that are 80% health or above. Down here we've got one of only the two actual archery skills that we're going to take, Explosive Shot. You fire a powerful shot that explodes on impact, damaging enemies around your target. This has actually a number of 2 hits, the initial impact and then the explosion after that. I like the upgrade for this, especially for group fights. It seems to work really well as the poison that you probably already noticed down there in the lower right. Shrapnel from Explosive Shot fills the air and sets off deadly reactions that do more damage the more enemies are nearby. So this is great, especially because I've got Solace in my party, and he's casting the whole Pull of the Abyss, which is grouping enemies together. I just apply poison, blast them with Explosive Shot, everybody gets poisoned, and it's just ridiculous damage. It's awesome to watch too. So damage bonus per target is an extra 25% for a maximum bonus of 100% more damage. Pincushion, this is definitely one of the best passives that the entire rogue class has for them. If the first arrow doesn't kill them, the 10th might. Each consecutive hit with a bow attack does progressively more damage to the target, so an increase of 5% bonus damage and a duration of 10 seconds. And down here at the bottom, the second of the 2 archery skills that I take, Full Draw. It takes a moment to line up the perfect shot, but it pays off with a devastating hit that bites even deeper against enemies who aren't injured yet. This is a great skill that you can use to open up fights with. Definitely want to apply poison, do this from stealth and stuff like that, as I've shown off before in my Power Shots archery video. 800% weapon damage and 800% at full health. Alright, let's take a look at the other skills that I've picked up here over in the Sabotage line. I've got Poisoned Weapons, coating your weapons in a deadly toxin, making every attack poison enemies for a short time. Again, this is great, especially when you apply it in combination with the Explosive Shot. You get this chain reaction effect where the first shot hits, and then the explosion causes everybody around them to also get poisoned. 25% weapon damage per second, 8-second duration. Infected Wounds, I take the upgrade, of course. Poison helps your blades and arrows bite deeper, so this is going to basically add another 25% damage from all of your attacks during the duration of poisoned weapons. Of course, from the top, we're going to start with Stealth. You guys know what this does. You're going into Stealth, and this gives you all kinds of different utility options for adding more damage or from escaping aggro, etc., things like that. The upgrade is sweet. I like how it's an instant cast rather than waiting around. It also could help you out if you are suffering some kind of debilitating effect or something like that. Down here we've got Evasion, a passive that gives you a 5% chance to dodge an enemy's attack. Evade, another skill along the way that I pick up, but I don't necessarily keep equipped on me all the time, although I will say that this is probably really handy for something like dragon fights. Leap away from incoming attacks, putting yourself where you need to be to win the fight. It has a cooldown time of only 2 seconds and a fairly low stamina cost of only 20. While we're down here, we've definitely got to pick up Ambush. While you're in stealth and shortly after leaving it, your attacks ignore some of your target's armor. So this gives us an armor penetration of 50% 6 seconds after coming out of stealth. And of course, down here we're picking up Shadow Strike and its upgrade, Quick Blade. You take your enemy by surprise with an attack they never see coming. If you are in stealth or have not taken damage recently, the attack hits even harder. So base damage of 400%, out of stealth or not damaged recently bonus of 200%. Very nice. Cost reduction, 10 stamina, and a cooldown reduction of 4 seconds. This is really going to help out a lot in enabling us to use our elixirs more often. Let's take a look now at the Tempest specialization. This is where all the ridiculous power comes from, which is interesting. You can see that I've only got half of the active and passive skills unlocked, but that's more than enough to make this build OP. There's a certain synergy going on here between two skills in particular, and that's Flask of Fire and the focus ability Thousand Cuts. Whether it's a bug, an oversight, or maybe even intended, I have no idea, but it's just insane how this works. Let me go over the details here. For Flask of Fire, essentially what this does is, for a short time, as it says, your abilities cost no stamina, right? So whatever skills you use, absolutely no stamina cost. Taking the upgrade as well means that all of your abilities during, of course, the duration of this flask also have no cooldown. So you have no cost and no cooldown with these 2 points here. And what's really fascinating, mind-blowing even, is that Thousand Cuts is supposed to feed off of your focus, right? Which is supposed to be an entirely different resource for our characters. However, it seems that Flask of Fire considers focus stamina also. So you see where this is going. You're basically using Flask of Fire. You're not gonna spend any stamina and no focus to be able to pull off your focus ability, Thousand Cuts, which is a really, really powerful ability. Damage per hit, 400% weapon damage. Take a look at tier 3, 38 hits at 400% weapon damage. This basically means that you can hop from fight to fight, rift to rift, pulling off this combo with Flask of Fire and Thousand Cuts and pretty much damn near one-shotting everything in the process. Let's take a look at the rest of the skills here. We've also got Fury of the Storm. When your stamina is exhausted, you fight even harder, lashing out with Fury to win the fight. So this gives you a damage bonus of 10% extra damage when you are 50% or lower stamina. Down below that, Killer's Alchemy. You can use more concentrated elixirs that give you an uncanny edge in battle. You do bonus damage with all attacks for a short time whenever you use an elixir or a potion. The effect stacks, pretty sweet. An extra 15% damage bonus for a duration of 10 seconds. And down at the bottom, Flask of Lightning. This flask sends you into a heightened state of incredible speed. Everyone on the battlefield except you moves more slowly for a short time. So for 7 seconds, everything is in slow motion. Speed reduction of 60%. Taking the upgrade makes it even more awesome. Quicksilver, your Flask of Lightning is more concentrated. Time almost seems to stand still around you. Speed reduction bonus of 39% and a bonus duration of 2 seconds. All of these active and passive skills that I've decided to combine for this Tempest build, I think for me personally, it makes it not just a really fun build to play, but just insanely powerful as well. Some of you guys out there challenged me to make an interesting Tempest build. I think that this lives up to that. Let's take a look at a few examples of how the Tempest Archer completely obliterates its enemies. Thanks for watching this video on my Tempest Archer rogue build here in Dragon Age Inquisition. If you have any criticisms or comments, please leave it down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these Dragon Age Inquisition videos, and stay subscribed because more is coming up soon. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Kinetic. We'll see you next time.